Hey everyone, welcome again on Nodejs-Image. Till the last video, we are able to edit this form and we are able to update the data. Okay, so we have a edit button. With help of this edit button, we are able to edit or update the data. Okay, now in this video, we are going to discuss about the delete functionality. Like we will going to add a delete button over here. With help of that, we will going to delete some to-dos. But before I will start coding, please make sure to subscribe my Nodejs-Image channel. Okay, I need your support to keep continue the video series. Okay, because this Nodejs-Image channel have a multiple playlists. One of the playlists is this chat app, where you can understand that how you can develop a chat app. It have a blog app which will help you to understand about the REST API and REST API integration with your app. Then we have the Flutter with Firebase. Also we have the model class series and SQL related thing. Also I have another playlist. So these are the playlists I have. So please make sure to subscribe this channel and share this channel to your friend. So it will motivate me to make new playlist. Okay. Also please don't forget to follow my GitHub profile as well. In my GitHub profile you will get multiple code snippet available. Okay, so let's start coding and don't waste the time. So let's go on the view data page and let's add a new button over here that will going to help us to delete the data. So in the let me go above side, and here you will find that we have a two icon button. So what I'm going to do, that I'm going to add a new icon just before this edit button. So the safer side is, let's add another row, and in this row let's add another icon button. So I'm going to copy this icon button, and this icon button will be a delete button. Okay, so this will be a delete button, and the color of this delete button, let's put white, or we can use orange. No, that should be a red. Okay, let's hit the save, and delete button will going to add over here. Okay, so in the delete button on press, we need to add a functionality which will going to help us to delete the document from the Firestore. So remember, in add button, update button, we are calling the Firestore, right? So in the last video, we used this thing to update the data. So here we are calling the Firebase instance, and with help of the doc, we are getting the particular document and we are updating that document. Okay, same thing we had to do for the delete. Instead of using the update, we just have to use the delete method of the Firestore instance. So let me just copy it. Okay, and let's delete the data. But one thing I wanted to say, like I just wanted to say before I will write all the functionality, please make sure in your to-do app, like I'm just explaining you all the functionality, that how you can use the Firestore with your Flutter app, and I'm just writing the code on press event, right? And at the time of writing the code, I'm calling this instance again and again. So this part, we don't need to call it all the time in on press. Instead of that, what we can do, I'm just giving you a general idea. Like you can create a new file called Firestore something. Okay, dot. And here just create at the single time only, just create a instance of the Firestore, like just giving you a algorithm. Okay, and create a separate method, like for inserting a data, create an insert method and use that instance to insert the data. Okay, similarly create a separate method for delete and use that instance to delete the data, because all the time this part will going to be a constant. Okay, So delete, so instance.delete you can use. Okay, similarly you have to update the data, so you can use update method over here and use your instance for updating the data. Similarly for the read also you can use this instance itself. And similarly, like we created auth services and we used different kind of method like Google sign in or sign out in one of the places on our app. Similarly you can use this file and you can use this method as a util and invoke this method on particular places. Like here you can directly call that insert method. You just have to create the Firestore object, and after creating that object you can access that method over here, and you don't need to write this instance again and again. I just gave you the general idea that how the thing exactly work, but to simplify this video making, I'm just writing all the stuff on the on phrase itself. So please make sure when you write your code, create a util class for the Firestore and create separate method for it, and use those method on the on phrase only. So it will help you to minimize your code base. Also it will help you to waste this creating the instance again and again. We don't need to create the instance again and again in every on place. We can create the instance once time and use it in all over the places. Okay, so enough this thing, let's focus on this video. Like we have to do the delete, so let's delete it. So we have the delete method and we don't need this update related stuff. So after delete method we also have one thing called then. So this then will call after deleting the data from the Firestore. Okay, so what I'm going to do that after deleting the data, I just wanted to navigate from this screen to the main screen. So let's use the navigator, or let's use this. It is not a JavaScript or TypeScript thing, so I'm not using the arrow function. Navigator dot pop. So after deleting this document, let's navigate back to the home screen. Remember the document ID which we are getting from the home page. I showed you that how we can access the document ID in the last video. Okay, so here with help of the snapshot.data docs particular index, we are getting the individual IDs. So the same ID I'm using it on the view data. Okay, so let's hit the save and let's click on delete, and you can see that the first document which we had is now deleted, because in a home page you will find we are using the stream builder, so we don't need to call the app again and again to refresh it. Okay, stream builder is taking a stream, and whenever something is changes on the stream, it will automatically update the app state. Okay, so that's a benefit when we use the stream builder. So now you have the idea that how you can delete the data from the Firestore. So let's focus on the query thing on the Firestore from the next video onwards. Now the CRUD operation is completed. So now next thing is we have to do is focus on the query thing on the Firestore. But before that, please don't forget to subscribe this channel and share this channel to your friend. Like the video, share the video and comment on the video. Thank you all. Happy coding. See you on a next video. Although it's optional because you already know that how you can delete a single entry from the Firestore. But yeah, please watch the video till the last to know how you can delete multiple data. I'm going to create a class that will be a select class. You can name it as you want, and here I'm going to add two things. The first thing is the type of string. This is a string ID, and the second thing will be the bool select value or check value. Initially, let's initialize it false, and let's add the constructor. In the constructor, we will going to use the this dot id comma this dot check value. Okay, so remember, this project is not following the null safety as of now, but yeah, you can use the null safety as well. And let's create a array of this select. Create a list of this select. Name will be selected. Initially it will be empty. Let's use the selected here. And where we will going to use this selected, because we need to handle this state of this checkbox, right? So at the time of listview.builder, at the time of iterating the to-do card, at the same time I'm going to add selected dot add, and we need to add a select where we have the key. We have the ID, and ID should be the ID of the document. So this is a particular document dot ID. Along with, we need to add a select check value, right? Check value, although it was initially false, but yeah, let's pass the false as of now. And let's use this selected here. Instead of passing a true hard-coded, let's use selected comma index, a particular index of that selected variable, and let's use this check value. And if I will hit the save, the checkbox right now gone. And what other thing we have to do? Let me create a method call on change. Okay, so here let's create that method, which will be a void on change, and it will take index, and it will change the set state to selected index to, it will just do a negation because checkbox is kind of negation functionality. Okay, and here we are getting a value type bool cannot be assigned to a variable of type select dot check value. Also we need to add a check value over here. Okay, and why I did this, because I need this on change on the to-do card, because in a to-do card, if I will go on a to-do card, we are having this event handler. Okay, so we need that on change over itself. So let's pass this function and get that function from the home page to the to-do card. Okay, it will be on change. Let's initialize it over here, this dot on change, and it will be a final. And here in on change we will trigger that. Okay, also we need a particular index, so let's get the index as well. Int index, let's get index from the home page. Okay, and let's pass that index as well from here. And and let's pass those two things from here. The index we are passing from this home page to that to do card page, and also we are passing the on change. We just need to give this on change without the parenthesis. We don't need to call it as of now. Okay, and let me first try that it's working fine or not, then I will explain you the whole thing. Okay, it's working. So what I did, that this to do card is a stateless class. Okay, it's a stateless class. So here we cannot do a set state. We already have a state of this, all of the checkbox in the home page. Like we have a selected variable inside the home page, and all of the value of this checkbox which I am passing over here, which can be a true or false, is inside the home page only. So to manage a state of this checkbox, what I did, that I have created a on change method, and I just pass this on change method from this home page to that to do card page. Okay, so now we can handle all the event over here. So this selected will going to have a check value of all the checkbox along with the ID of individual document. So now what we can do, that now we can add a delete button. So where we can add a delete button? So just after this Monday 21, let's here add a delete button. Okay, so here in a Monday 21, let's add a delete button. So this is a text, and in the text let's wrap it with the row. Let's see how it will going to work. So it's working fine, and let's go on the view data. We just have added the delete button, so let's use that. Where we have that delete button, view data. Okay, we have that delete button, I mean icon button over here. So let me just copy this icon button and let's paste it on our home page just after the text. Okay, so right now we don't need to call this thing. Okay, and let me hit the save. That delete button will come here, and let's use the main axis alignment as the main axis alignment space between. So this delete button will go here. Okay, now what we have to do here, so this is deleting a single variable, right? So I have so let's create an instance here itself. So Firebase instance, or we can use a var instance equal to this instance. Okay, so till that this is a to do card. So this, I was telling this thing that how you can create an instance. So you can create an instance of this particular thing like this, and let's use this instance all the time for deleting the multiple data. So we are storing all the state of the checkbox along with ID on the selected variable. So here we have to write a for loop int I equal to 0, I less than equal to selected, which is array dot length I plus plus, and we have to call this instance dot